Welcome to Discovering Marthie's Music. I am busy with Sing Afrikaans. This is a very special product I worked on. When I was in Canada, I realized that I wanted to teach Jean all the songs that I learned from my grandparents and my dad. They were very musical. And I didn't have anybody to teach me the songs again. So I literally went back to the books and picked out all the songs that I would like to learn or teach my kids. And I learned them and self-recorded it. And it ended up being 68 songs in an album. And I'm so happy that it fit on the CD. And when I was done with it, I was very pleased because it was children's songs, a lot of lullabies in Afrikaans, and I'm very passionate about Afrikaans. If you want me to do a project, my theme for the project would be Afrikaans. I actually did that in high school. So this first production was FK Likkies, and it was 68 songs on the CD. And then later on, we moved from Saskatchewan to British Columbia, and I wanted to re-record it because the quality was not really there. I had Valerie Hall playing in the piano, and she was a fantastic organist. So I locked her up in a room and let her play everything, and that was excellent. But you know, I wasn't that good with music production at that stage. I was just fiddling around with Cakewalk, which was the DAW I was using at the time. So when I went to British Columbia, I still don't know how I met him, with Trevor Petawe. He used to record Billy Wally, and what happened is he ended up recording it. And at that stage, I was playing with Reinhard Krause, who's an excellent pianist, also organist. I like organists because they can play 3 things or 4 things, body parts at once. So they're very brilliant people. And we did Sing Afrikaans, and I recorded all the songs that I wanted to. And the first album ended up being Sing Afrikaans 1, all the songs that Jean could sing along, because at that stage he was 3 years old. So we went into the studio in Vancouver, and he had a little bunkie he had to stand on so that he could reach the microphone, and he would sing it only 1 take, maybe 2 if you're lucky. And I had to pay him with plastic toys, plastic bugs. I had a bag full of plastic bugs that I got from the dollar store. So every song he did, he got a bug, and he was so pleased with that. And outside, there was Nell playing with the babysitter because she was 1 year old, and they were keeping her busy. And that's how the production came to be. So I initially only released Sing Afrikaans 1 because that was the best one. 2 and 3 I later on released because I realized, you know, it's just sitting in my cupboard. I could just as well release it, and that way it could still be accessible to people. It's not meant to be something that you play over radio. It's for you to learn the music and then move on and sing the songs in your car, and then you don't have to go and look it up. And I don't like songs with long intros and long outros and medleys. I like to sing all the verses, and in that way you get to know the story. So some of the songs are interesting, like Daar Kom Jy Waar, about delivering girls to the farmers, or Slaap Kanini, where the mom gets fed up with a baby that doesn't want to sleep, so she says the baboon's going to come and bite off your nose and your ears if you don't listen. So some of the songs, you really miss that part if you don't include it in the music. Or even with Kaputa Kapat, where the donkey takes the man to the city, and he is so unwilling, and he ends up throwing him off his back. And it's a whole storyline that you miss if you only just sing the first verse. So I hope you enjoy it. I ended up doing Sing Afrikaans 5, 6, 7, 8, which was Voortrekker songs. A small little book. I should actually show you a small little book. And the notes are so small and the words are so small. I literally had to put on my glasses to read it, and have the mic and the keyboard, and to try, because I didn't learn the songs ahead of time. I had to learn them and listen to it for hours while walking my dog, and then I literally picked the best 100 songs. I think there was about 268 songs I had to listen to, and I picked the best ones, the most singable ones, because some of them are really meant for opera singers. Nobody has that range, even I don't, not even on a good day. And some of the intervals are really difficult to get, and then some of the songs are very, very short. And my goal with the Sing Afrikaans 4, 5, 6, and 7 was to also make it fit on one album. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to manage that. It's just a little bit too long. But I did, for example, the anthem of South Africa, all the verses, and it's the same thing. If you listen to all the verses, you realize it's beautiful poetry that's been put to music, which I really do appreciate. So yes, that's the story behind the song. So 4, 5, 6, and 7, I wanted to do as one album, and I ended up doing it in 4, 25, 25, 25, 25, just to make it more accessible. And CD Baby wouldn't let me release 100 songs on one album, so I had to come up with another solution. But I really like it. So everything is alphabetically sorted. The first 3, you'll see the last songs are lullabies, and then after that, I just did 4, 5, 6, and 7 alphabetically, so that it's easy to find. And I've always been fascinated. My dad used to sing, hallelujah songs and psalms and gesange when he was walking around on Sundays, and I really remember that, and I wanted to know how could you remember all these words. And then later on, when I did this Voortrekker project, I realized but the Voortrekkers would only sing the first verse, and it was an essential verse, because if somebody died, you had to sing that song, one verse, or if somebody had a celebration, you would sing one verse of that song. So it was just to build the community together of something that you can sing as a group. And I think it's important to become part of a culture. And for me, it's a hard thing. I want to preserve our culture and our language, and this is a way for me to give back, to say, listen, songs are out there, you can sing it, you can play it, you can learn it again, you can rediscover it. It's not meant for playing on radio. Although Sing Afrikaans 1, I know when it first came out, a lady from Radio Pretoria actually played the whole album in our program. So it can be done. So yes, I hope you enjoy it.